This knife sharpener is from Lansky, called the Crock sticks or turnbox. Some nice instructions in there. Opens out, got quite a few details, different languages. Gives you all the details you need. Quite comprehensive. On some of these there's a compartment on both ends. This one, it's only got the compartment on the one end. Inside is just two plain sticks, ceramic. The darker ones are the medium, and so I've heard the light ones are the fine. You'll notice there's 4 holes, 2 one side, 2 the other. The idea is just simply place the sticks in, and that's it, you can set up then. The idea of the different holes is simply different angles of the V there for sharpening the knife blade. I don't know if you can quite realise it, but that one's the wider, that one's the narrower. According to the instructions, you simply run the knife down on this side, and then to finish off you do it there. Well, after watching quite a few videos, I've decided to give up my pocket knife sharpener, and compared to some of the knife sharpening systems that's been available, I've gone for value for money. Not expensive as some are, and not cheap and nasty, somewhere in the middle, and this does the knives fine. It's an old fishing knife I've got. Very little use really out of it, but I do want it sharp. The idea is you just run the blade down the stick, and as you do so, slowly draw it towards you. Apply a little bit of pressure to start with, and work from one side to the other. Now the idea with this is hold the knife upright and maintain even pressure, and bring it nice and steady down, and be in control. That's the important thing. I've seen other videos where they show you and demonstrate not to skid off the edge like that as you bring the knife down, because if you do, the tip part it'll round off. And the general advice seems to be about 10 strokes either side, little bit of pressure, nice and steady, nice and controlled. And as I've only got the medium sticks, all I can do is just sharpen them with these and not try and get a fine edge with the smooth ones, the fine grade. So about 10 strokes down there, they reckon, maybe 20. Now this knife, it goes in my fishing bag. I don't use it a lot, but when I do, it tends to be on hard stuff, rough stuff, and being a cheap and I will say nasty knife, the blade isn't made of very good steel, I don't think. It blunts very easily, but as it's a knife that I don't mind dropping in the mud, using on sometimes quite hard surfaces against fish bones, or even cutting a few small twigs, it's treated quite roughly. So all I'm doing now is applying a bit lighter pressure, and they keep on saying on videos it cuts paper, and they demonstrate on paper, so I thought I'd try a bit of cardboard. Cuts the cardboard fine enough, but my main interest is fishing line, and if I can't get a knife to cut fishing line, then I'm not going to be very happy, and that goes through that easy enough. So as far as I'm concerned, job done on that one. Now my other knife is what I would call my hunting knife. I use this to cut through skin, sinew, gristle, small bones, all sorts of thing, meat. It's pretty well a general purpose hunting knife, and again I don't bother with the wider angle, I go straight into the narrower angle. Same thing, nice and controlled stroke down, bring it towards me. Try not to let it slip off the edge to blunt the very tip of it. Whoops, easily done, very easily done. And the worst thing to make that happen is to try and do this in a rush. And there is absolutely no need to rush. It takes more or less the same sort of time when you're doing this. If you just try and rush, you actually achieve nothing. Now, one thing I did see on some videos is a guy gets an elastic band, puts it round the box, puts a pencil underneath, and then it can rock backwards and forwards as he changes from one rod to the other. That, as it tilts up for that one, increases the angle. As it's tilted the other way, increases the angle on there. The idea with that is to get a very, very fine edge along the blade, but that makes the blade very thin. To me, this knife being used on tough skin, gristle, things like that, and bone, it's easily blunted, easily damaged. Therefore, every time I use this knife, usually give it a quick wipe over with that. But if that edge is too thin, by increasing the angle on these sticks, then it's going to wear, blunt and damage a lot more easy. Now, cardboard again, dead simple. But what about a bit of plastic? Punches a hole in very easy, slices through it, so that's looking good. But I mean, demonstrating paper, that's not really a good thing. I've got a piece of leather here off a shoe, and it's probably just over 1 millimetre thick, and I actually cut it off with a knife. And there we go, it's cutting through something like 1 millimetre thick of leather, and the soft furry bit on the inside, that's nothing. But you know, if you're going to sharpen a knife and you want it for a specific job and you want a good edge on it, no good trying on paper. Just a few more light strokes, I think. Now the beauty with these crock sticks, if need be, it's pocket size. Simply put the rods back in, you're not going to lose them. Nice and secure once in there. It's pocket size. You can take it with you, very portable, easy to set up. And although I use this in the home as a knife sharpener, there's nothing wrong with taking that and being a pocket one as well. So it's very, very handy. Compared to the other systems, this is cheaper. I know it's more expensive than the normal pocket ones you get, but when you think of terms of efficiency, durability, how effective it is, and how portable it is, and how easy to use, it certainly gets my recommendation. The Lansky Crock sticks.